everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanna and this is Joanna Budgets. Today we are going to make homemade Cheez-Its. 5 ingredients in these Cheez-Its. I've never made them, so we're going to make them together for the first time ever. So to start with, get your ingredients together. You're going to need an 8-ounce block of sharp cheddar cheese. You want a block, not a bag of already shredded cheese. You don't want the shredded cheese because it has those anti-clumping agents in them, like sawdust type stuff to keep the cheese from sticking, and you don't want that in this recipe because it won't turn out properly. So make sure you get an 8-ounce block of cheese. You want 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and you need to cube it. Now, you can use salted. I use salted in everything. I never alter the recipe. I just use salted butter. If you're worried about the salt content, you can cut out some of the salt that you put in the recipe. 1 teaspoon salt. So if you were worried about the salt content in your butter, you could half that or quarter that, whatever you feel is necessary for your recipe. 1 cup all-purpose flour, and then 2 tablespoons ice water. Now I'm doing a double batch because I always go big or go home. So what I put in here is going to be way more than what you do, unless you do a double batch with me. So in your stand mixer, or you could probably do this with your hands, put your cheese, throw it all over the place. Okay, now the cheese is in the bowl. You're going to add your butter, which I've already cubed. And your salt. And then you're going to mix it with the paddle attachment, or you're going to just, I guess, massage it with your hands or a wooden spoon, whatever you have. Okay. Now it's combined and soft-ish. I hope this comes together. Now remember, we're doing this together for the first time. Don't judge me. All right. It says combine it until it's soft. This is what I have. I'm assuming that's soft because it's blended together and it's fairly soft. Then you're going to add your flour. And mix on low. I hope my little mixer can handle this. Okay, it says the dough will be dry and pebbly. Hopefully you can see. All right, so the next step is you're gonna slowly add the water. So I'm just going to do a little drizzle while it mixes. And the dough should come together. My dough didn't come together in the thing, but I think it might come together by hand. Okay. On my clean surface, I'm going to dump this out. So I've dumped it out onto the table or onto my counter. It is still a little bit what's the word? A little too sandy, but it is coming together like this when I manipulate it. So I think that's what we're looking for. You see how I've gotten a dough just by manipulating it a little bit. Now you're supposed to put this into 2 discs. Now remember, mine's doubled, so I'm probably going to have 4 discs. I may just do 3. Don't know. You want to wrap your discs in plastic wrap, and then you're going to refrigerate them for 1 hour. So I'm plastic wrapping it, and then I'm going to put them in the refrigerator for 1 hour. So when they're nice and chilled in an hour, we will see what happens. I'm going to do the rest of this off camera, and I'll see you back in an hour. Okay, we are back. I think that I've got it all figured out. I did do some prior to starting the video back because I wanted to get it figured out. Now, I don't know if it's going to work, what I figured out, because this dough is still cold. The cold dough for me, not working. So I'm having to work it until it's warm again, which makes no sense because the video I watched, they didn't do that. So, you know, that's the story of my life. And I have my sheeter here. This is my pasta sheeter attached to my KitchenAid mixer. With my carpal tunnel and my elbow hurting and all that stuff, I'm not trying to do a whole lot of rolling. I'm just not going to do it. But you can. You can use a sheeter. You can, you know, do it however you see fit. But this is how I am going to do it. And it goes through the sheeter a lot better. The warmer it is, it doesn't split as much. So, the warmer the dough, the better it goes through the sheeter. And I don't know if working it too much causes a problem when it goes into the oven. I don't know. But this is what I'm doing. I'm working the dough. And I have this one set, I think, on a 2. And I think that is a pretty good thickness. It's supposed to be about 1/8 inch thick. And I think I'm there with this. And then I'm just taking this thing. It's not exactly what you're supposed to use, but you know, these are homemade. These Mama Jammas ain't gonna be perfect, right? I have learned, I'm trying to learn, that perfection doesn't always mean good. So, we're just gonna cut them. They're supposed to be about 1 inch in size. I don't know. My other pan that I did to start so I could practice, you know what? There's no consistency in them. And I'm not going to fret it. We'll figure it out. Whatever happens, happens. As long as they're good and edible, I don't think, in all honesty, my family is going to care. Okay, so then I've got this. This is part of my little nutcracker set. And I'm just going to poke holes in the middle. Place them on my parchment lined tray. They can be pretty close together because according to the video that I watched to learn how to do this, they do not expand a whole lot. Now mine are way bigger than 1 inch. So, you know, hopefully they work. We're gonna find out. So here's some on a tray. They've got their holes in them. They are not consistent. So once you've got your tray full and all your little doojobbies cut out, you're going to bake for 15 minutes, but you want to keep an eye on them because as they can easily burn. So you'll keep an eye on them and then you'll move them to a cooling rack. So I'm going to get all of mine cut out and then get them thrown in the oven. And then when they have come out of the oven, my speech is wonderful today. Once they've come out of the oven, I will show you the finished product. So I'll see you in a few. Okay, I am back and I have them done. Okay, so let me just go through this. So you make the dough and you're supposed to chill it. Now when I came back from chilling the dough, it was really hard to work with. Personally, rolling it out was not going to work for me. So I used my pasta sheeter attachment for my KitchenAid. I ended up, I think, with doing it on a 3 the first time, which ended up with these. So they're kind of thick. They are crispy. They crunch really well, but they're thick. So they're not like a normal Cheez-It. They're about double the thickness. They taste fine. And I did put a little bit extra salt on the outside of these, and it really doesn't need it. So these are okay at that thickness. And then I got it down to a 6. And then I ended up with these. Now, none of these are going to be consistent. And as you can see, they're crispy, they're light, they're just like a Cheez-It. Now, as you can see, some of them are a little bit toastier than normal. I ended up throwing away like a sheet and a half because I let them get too done. And this is the last tray that went out. I'm not sure I even got these all the way through. Some of them still feel a little bit soft. They're a little bit chewy. But I didn't want to burn them. And these are actually the best ones, in my opinion. These are the ones that I would prefer. The burnt ones, the almost burnt to a crisp ones are edible, but you got the overdone taste. So all in all, I'll have to go through this overdone pile and pull out the ones that are tolerable. But you do have to get it very thin as thin can be. These are probably not going to be a cracker that I do often because I'm not sure how much I like it. We'll see how the rest of the family likes them, but these overdone ones. But that's my fault that they're overdone because I was still trying to roll them out and get them on the trays while they were cooking. And you really do have to just kind of stand over them and watch them so that they don't get overdone. So lesson learned. Maybe I worked the dough too much. I don't know. But just try the recipe and let me know in the comments, if you do, what your thoughts and processes were throughout it, because I know I had to work the heck out of that dough to even get it pliable enough to roll it out or use my sheeter to, you know, make it work. Now, I probably have an entire box. If you had clothes on, you could get on camera. But Sir Naked likes to run around in his underpants. Okay, so come here, Kippy. Don't come on camera. Just stand right there. So these are the ones that are extra thick. I know you prefer the white cheddar. What do you think about the extra thick one?
Very good.
Good crunch, good taste. And here's the thinner one. Oh, well, don't eat that one. Let me get a better one here. That was a good crunch, Ziva.
That's good.
You like the thinner one? Which one do you like out of the thinner? So these are the ones that just came out, and they're not quite, like, they're a little smidge of a chewy. This one? Yeah. These ones are a little overdone, so I don't even know if I'm going to keep them. I might just throw them to the dogs. But I'm going to keep these and put these and these all mixed in together, and that's how it's going to roll. Alright, so Kipton said these ones are the best. These thin ones that are cooked until golden and crispy. Now these ones I probably could have done another minute and they would have been the bomb. They wouldn't have been as golden as these, but they wouldn't have been chewy. So if you make the recipe, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Jeff just came home, so the dogs are going insane, so I better get off of here. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. I'm trying to save my channel, so make sure you get all the way to the end and like and subscribe and hit the bell and do all of the things. And as always, we love you, and we hope you have a blessed day. Bye, guys.